I never thought one careless joke could change my marriage so completely. We were all sitting together at my parents' house for dinner, laughing and talking like we always did. The conversation shifted to children, and someone teased my husband about becoming a father someday. Without thinking, I laughed and made a sarcastic comment about how he could barely take care of himself, let alone a child. The room went quiet for a second, but I brushed it off as harmless humor. A few people laughed awkwardly, while others looked uncomfortable. I didn't notice my husband's face right away. When I finally looked at him, his smile was forced, and his eyes had lost their warmth. He didn't say anything, just nodded and continued eating in silence. On the drive home, I tried to lighten the mood, but he barely responded. I told him he was being too sensitive and that everyone jokes like that in families. He didn't argue. He just said he was tired and wanted to sleep. That comment felt strange, but I ignored it, thinking he'd get over it by morning. Days passed, and he became distant. He stopped initiating conversations, stopped joking, and even stopped asking about my day. When I asked what was wrong, he said he felt humiliated and betrayed. He told me that my words made him feel small, especially in front of people whose respect mattered to him. I defended myself at first, saying I never meant to hurt him. I reminded him of all the times he joked about me too. That only made things worse. He said joking is different from being publicly shamed about something deeply personal, especially fatherhood, which he already felt insecure about. One night, he finally opened up. He admitted that he had been struggling with the idea of becoming a father and feared he wouldn't be good enough. My comment, spoken so casually, confirmed his worst fears. Hearing that made my chest tighten with guilt, but the damage was already done. A week later, he told me he needed space. Then came the word I never expected to hear from him: divorce. He said he didn't know if he could stay with someone who could hurt him so easily and then dismiss his pain. I was shocked and terrified, realizing how serious this had become. I apologized more sincerely than I ever had before. I told him I was wrong, that I acted without thinking, and that I would do anything to make it right. For the first time, he looked at me with sadness instead of anger. He said apologies don't erase memories, especially when trust is broken. Our families found out, and opinions poured in from all sides. Some said he was overreacting, while others told me I crossed a line. Listening to everyone made me realize how deeply my words had cut him. What I thought was a joke had exposed cracks that already existed in our marriage. We started counseling, sitting across from each other in uncomfortable silence at first. Slowly, he began to speak, and I began to listen without interrupting or defending myself. I learned how powerful words can be, especially when spoken by the person you trust the most. Even now, nothing is certain. He hasn't decided whether he wants to stay or leave. Every day feels fragile, like one wrong step could end everything. I live with the weight of knowing that a single moment of thoughtlessness may have changed my future forever. If there's one thing I've learned, it's that love isn't just about affection, it's about respect. I wish I had understood that before, laughing at my husband instead of standing beside him. Now all I can do is hope that it's not too late to fix what I broke.